Hello everyone! Today you are going to learn how to make sentences. Sentences need two parts. Do you know what they are? Subject and predicate. Subject means someone or something. Predicate means what the someone or something is being or doing something. So usually we put verb, object, and prepositional phrase. So when you make a sentence, you are going to put subject, verb, object, prepositional phrase. Let's take a look at subject first. Subject means someone or something. I like spaghetti for dinner. In this sentence, what is the subject? I. I means who? I. He reads many books in the library. Can you tell me the subject? He. He means who? He. Verbs are the action words in a sentence that describe what the subject is doing. I like spaghetti for dinner. Like is a verb. He reads many books in the library. What is the verb in this sentence? Reads. That's correct. What's object? An object is the word affected by verbs. I like spaghetti for dinner. Can you tell me the object in this sentence? Spaghetti. Spaghetti is affected by the verb, which is like in this sentence. So spaghetti is affected by like. He reads many books in the library. Many books is affected by the verb reads. What's prepositional phrase? Do you know what prepositions are? Prepositional phrase means a phrase that begins with a preposition. In, at, for, behind, after, until, of, during, and modifies a word in a sentence. A prepositional phrase answers one of many questions. Here are a few examples. Where? When? In what way? I like spaghetti for dinner. In this sentence, for dinner is a prepositional phrase because for is a preposition, right? So for and dinner together, for dinner, prepositional phrase. He reads many books in the library. In the library is a prepositional phrase. In is a preposition. The library. Together, phrase. In the library. Prepositional phrase. If you want to use frequency adverbs such as always, often, usually, sometimes, and never, you are going to put them between subject and verb in a sentence. I sometimes like spaghetti for dinner. So in this sentence, sometimes is a frequency adverb. So you put sometimes after subject and before verb. Before verb. So we say, I sometimes like. Okay? If you say I like sometimes, not a good sentence. He always reads many books in the library. Always. He always reads. So always is a frequency adverb. So we put after subject and before the verb. She often cooks chicken soup during winter. Often is a frequency adverb. After, so we put after subject and before verb. They usually play soccer on Saturday morning. Usually, so is a frequency adverb. After subject, they, so we put after they and before the verb, play, before the play. So they usually play soccer on Saturday morning. All right, let me summarize what I've just said. When you make a sentence, what are you going to put first? When you make a sentence, you are going to put subject, verb, object, and prepositional phrase. Okay? Tell me again. Subject, verb, object, prepositional phrase. I like spaghetti for dinner. He reads many books in the library. All right, now I like to check how much you understand about how to make sentences. Now you will see some sentences. Then you have to find some mistakes and then you are going to correct the mistakes. Okay, number 1. Shelly eats slowly her meal. What's wrong with this sentence? All right, Shelly eats, Shelly subject, eats verb, object, her meal slowly. That's correct. Shelly eats her meal slowly. Number 2. I visit sometimes during weekends my parents. What's wrong with this sentence? I sometimes visit my parents during weekends. So you're going to put subject I, then, we have a frequency verb, sometimes. So I sometimes visit, verb. Then object, my parents. Then prepositional phrase, during weekends. So I sometimes visit my parents during weekends. Number 3. He goes by SkyTrain to work. What's wrong with this sentence? He goes to work. So you are going to put to work first, then by train at the end. Because by train is a prepositional phrase, we usually put at the end of the sentence. So he goes to work by train. So he goes to work by SkyTrain. Number 4. I relax in the living room on the sofa. What's wrong with this sentence? I, so you have to put subject I, verb, relax, on the sofa. On the sofa, prepositional phrase, in the living room, another prepositional phrase. So I relax on the sofa in the evening in the living room. So I relax on the sofa in the living room. Number 6. He plays always soccer on Sunday. What's wrong with this sentence? So subject he, then frequency adverb always. He always plays. Good. That's the verb. Soccer, object. On Sunday, prepositional phrase. So again, he always plays soccer on Sunday. So now, do you understand how to make sentences? I hope you learned a lot today. But before you go away, please listen and then repeat the sentences after me. I like spaghetti for dinner. I sometimes like spaghetti for dinner. He reads many books in the library. He always reads many books in the library. Shelley eats her meal slowly. Shelley often eats her meal slowly. I visit my parents during weekends. I sometimes visit my parents during weekends. She cooks chicken soup during winter. She often cooks chicken soup during winter. They play soccer on Saturday morning. They usually play soccer on Saturday morning. We go shopping in the evening. We never go shopping in the evening.